Welcome back to another episode of Men at Work. I'm Kyle Pagan, as always, joined by Matt Peoples. We are back on the couch, and we are here with Brendan Donegan from South Jersey Bad Boys. You've seen him at the New York Comedy Club, Parks Casino, Next in Line Comedy, Punchline, Helium, Silver Medal Helium. Oh, yeah. And know what? Next year, we're turning that bitch into gold, dude.
Oh, I'm not doing it again next year. That was Daddy's last year.
All right, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, we're having it's gonna be a bit of like a Mufasa Simba situation where Brendan just died and I'm little Simba and I'm rolling over his dead body and I'm going, "Did you win? Did you win? Philly's funniest." And he'll look at me through the clouds and say, "You need to write more." And I'm kind of getting nervous about the fact of who Scar is shaping up to be. So we might
I just can't wait to be gay.
And I just can't wait to get booked here once every couple months.
Dude, you're not going back?
No, fuck no.
What?
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I've decided. I've said it before. I really mean it this time, though. I'm not doing it. The one judge, this actually gave me the validation. The one judge told me, he goes, "If you do this again, I'm going to be pissed."
Oh, shit.
Oh, my
God. I go, I'm not doing it.
What about the other 7 judges that were there?
Who cares? All I needed was one to tell me, "Hey, you don't need to do this anymore."
Yeah, the other 7 were like, "Did you go up?" And that's why you didn't win.
We can cut this, but as a guy who watched it from 1,000-yard lens, they really do have to kind of repurpose it and everything. I don't think we need a bunch of open micers growing up. I think we could actually probably do the comics who are more they get spots at Helium and stuff. I think you guys should automatically get a first round bye to the second round or maybe even the third round, or there should be only 2 or 3 rounds.
That's how New York Comedy Club, they did a similar competition and they just specifically invited 20 comics and they just did a smaller version. I'm like, yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, it feels more like a participation trophy, and it actually is bad for the audience, and they sell these tickets out to people so they want to put on a good show.
It's a money grab.
Yeah. And if I'm watching 13 comics and I can only pick 3 and 2 of them might be good in the first round, why do this?
Yeah.
So
that's the thing, is strategically too, you just got to get out of that first round.
Was it always like that?
Yeah.
Also, the first round, it's all based on applause and rankings from
audience vote.
Audience votes, and a lot of people stuff the ballot.
People, yeah. So that's why you got to get past the first couple rounds and get to the judges.
Yeah, because I feel like some people get knocked out in the first round.
If I want advice, I'll ask Tata. You listen. Perk your ears up. You got headphones on. Come on. Yeah, the whole contest is something good. I like the contest.
You're going back next year.
I am.
All right.
I'll be there.
I was going to say, if you didn't, I was going to walk you down like I was your dad. We're going to baseball practice.
Yeah, no.
You got to do it.
That's what it took. I mean, Gab told me after that, my girlfriend said that she was like, "You're never allowed to do this again. The anxiety and all this is too much." And then recently things have been going good in stand-up. She's like, "Do it one more year. Yeah. Come on, get back out there."
I'm not going until you make it to at least the 3rd round.
I don't believe that, but I hear you.
No, I'm not going to the first round. Maybe second, but I'm not going to the first round.
That's pretty fair.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it sucked.
It's brutal, dude.
It's brutal.
Especially they have some during the week sometimes, and it's a Tuesday night.
I think that was yours Tuesday night.
Yeah, that was the toughest part, is losing on a Tuesday and then going to work the next day.
What'd you do, Matt? What'd you do? How was the set last night? You tell one coworker.
Yeah.
So I did. It went okay.
I did 5 minutes and 7 seconds, and I think I lost points, but you guys don't really get what that's all about, man.
Yeah, it's just smart golf. It's know the rules, know the parameters. But
yeah, true. Can't play out of bounds.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to go re-tee up.
Dude, that's what I'm screaming from the back.
Bet you're screaming from the back, screaming from the front.
Okay. Why don't you walk that one through?
Yo.
Hello, Kyle. What are you doing?
Nothing. Sitting here watching the game, smoking some Thrive.
Are you all alone? Who's that?
Yo, pick up the phone.
What's up?
Yo, Cheeto, pick up the phone.
Yo. What's up?
What you doing, son?
Nothing. Just chilling. Killing.
True. You guys get picked up by the drones yet?
Yeah, I think I'm over the whole drone thing.
Thank you.
I think I know what it is, and I don't care about it.
Yeah.
Are you a drone guy?
Well, I've got some footage.
Yeah, sure.
I'm seeing them. I'm not joking. Got some video in my backyard.
Did you post?
I did post it.
Unlike a
Again,
neighborhood
not
watcher.
doing great. Everyone's like, yeah, it's a plane. But I've seen at least 3 of them.
I haven't seen one. Have you seen any, Matt? I don't look at my windows.
No, people will be like, they're outside. And it's like when they tell you, like, hey, there's a comet coming. It only comes once every 40 years. And I'm like, I'm not looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm not going out of my way to go outside and look at it. If I hear about the drones, I'll just I'll take your word for it. Or I could just see tons of footage the next day on like TikTok and Instagram.
I am desensitized enough where I don't care. What bothers me is just like the government being like, no fucking clue, man. I have no idea.
It's so fake. They absolutely know, dude. By
I
the
don't
way,
think they do.
no, I think they definitely know.
What I read about, I think they know. I think they know like layman's terms about what's going on. But isn't all this stuff happening like right down the street from a naval base, like a top secret naval base?
Yeah, they're hovering over tons of. I think there's like 2 or 3 military bases in Jersey.
So I wonder who's doing it.
Right.
The military is doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably. And what I read was it's just like a data collection thing. They're just, and you guys have the most populous state in the country.
Oh
Apparently.
yeah, I
But
didn't even think
that's
about
what
that.
I'm saying, that it bothers me so much that they're like, look, we can assure you that it's not a threat. That being said, we have no idea what they are.
Right.
You're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're gaslighting the entire country.
Especially, that's the funniest way to word anything. Is to be like, I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's not a threat.
Yeah.
But don't you think it would be like if the military like wanted to, or someone wanted to like threaten the population, would they do it just so much in our faces?
Yeah.
Like, I like the
everything
one
in
that
our face.
the one that like we should be worried about isn't just the bunch of ones that like we can look up in the sky and see. The ones we should be worried about are the ones that we don't even know about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with that.
That's also suspicious that they're going like, we don't know what they are. I wouldn't shoot them down. Do not shoot them down.
For sure, shoot them down.
These are definitely yours.
Do not shoot.
Yeah.
That just makes me want to shoot them down more.
I never thought about it that way. That's like,
I would shoot them down.
I wouldn't worry about
Trust me, we're gonna look into it. I wouldn't shoot them down.
And guys, quit throwing rocks at them. Like,
Yeah.
just let them. They're fine up there, dude.
Yeah.
Sorry, my I know when it jumped the shark is when the we got a meme of the guy from, remember the guy in COVID who had his dick out on the porn star who had his dick out on the bed and it went all the way around, the big black dude.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So someone put that on a drone.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. I actually posted it on my Instagram and I was like,
That got me, by the way.
did you zoom in?
Well, my buddies posted it in our group chat and they go, dude, just saw a drone. And I'm like, I've been seeing them, guys. I zoom in, it's the dude's dick.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
like,
got
But that's when you know it's over. When a meme from 4 years ago, from 2020, is like is going around, and your dad sending it to all his group chats. That's when you know like this is all jumped the shark.
That's actually a good way to put it too, because I think that's the same way with like clothes, like things that are cool as clothing. As soon as there's like dupes at like Payless, you're like, all right, I think we've probably run our course.
And
Although sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say how fast it goes through the cycle too, where it's like drones, which is a crazy thing. We have no idea what they are. It'll be irrelevant in a couple weeks.
I mean,
they
they
won't
just
stop talking about it.
They literally just told us, they're like, by the way, there's aliens in the ocean. Oh my God, what's up there, dude? And it's like, yeah, that feels like a little bit of an obvious distraction.
I'm done with aliens. There are so much more cooler conspiracy theories out there. They've already told us that aliens are real. We've seen them. We have them. They're in Area 51.
Yeah.
Can we just bypass aliens and stop with like all this? Like, I don't know if you heard about this. The most sinister thing involving a drone out there right now is some dude in New Jersey was hooking up dipods to a drone and just dropping them in people's pools to turn them green and yellow. And now he's getting indicted by a grand jury.
what?
That's the most sinister thing of all time. Could you
That's
imagine?
crazy.
Imagine some like poor father. He's getting yelled at by his bitch wife. His kids are screaming all over the place. Just wants to go out in the pool like Tony Soprano and wade around. He comes out. He thinks it's all algae with green and yellow all over.
Wow, that's got to be, that's the closest you can get to domestic violence, where she's like, go skim the pool. And he's like, yeah, I'll go skim the fucking pool that I didn't want, that you told me to get for the kids, and never touch the pool.
Yeah.
And he's skimming it out there, and it's like neon green.
So now he's got to call the guy for the pool. He's got to pay $2,000 all because this dude's just attaching tie-dye pods,
Right.
and dropping. That is sinister.
That's brutal. But I mean,
And we're worried about the fucking drones 3,000 feet up in the air. We already got our problems in our own backyard, our literal own backyard.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
The
But
craziest theory I've heard is that we lost a nuke.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
that they are ours, and that's why they're not saying anything, and that they're searching for it. Which
I saw
is
that one.
so scary.
That's
dude.
horrific. And
Guys.
like, How do you got to know where the nukes is?
Yeah, you know, I left it on the counter, dude.
For like phone while it nukes where, before I leave the house. And like that should be even better, like going incognito where it's like, don't shoot them down. They're going door to door. You're like, have you seen like a huge metal? It's not like I don't know, it's explosive. It's glowing. Has your hair been falling out?
Yeah.
And you're growing an extra leg or anything?
Oh, it hasn't been cool.
No. Why do you ask? Oh, we're just sorry, I'm getting a call. Sorry, I'm going through a tunnel. It's like you're standing right in front of my
And
door.
then they just Men in Black your ass. Fucking like your memory.
Oh, that's a good one. Though I've heard a blue phenom conspiracy or something like that, where
I've
the
seen that.
elites are trying to
Project Bluebeam.
Project Bluebeam, which
Yeah.
just sounds fucking cool. Now,
Pretty cool.
Now tell me more about Project Bluebeam.
Well, it's better than fucking Michelle Obama. Remember she was trying to do fucking Project Green Bean? She was trying to make us eat good at lunch. That shit sucked, dude.
And then I think the food companies were like, "Hey, shut up, bitch, about that." And she was like, "We should start walking 10 minutes a day."
Yeah, but all she did was just bring the attention. It was like, do you ever think it's weird that you buy produce at the store and there's 14 ingredients in it? And we're like, shut up and let us eat Fruit Loops. Now RFK is coming in. You can't have Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops are for gay guys.
He is fighting an uphill battle. That guy is.
Yeah.
He's been fighting a bit of a uphill battle most of his life. Everybody he's loved is assassinated, and then they ripped his vocal cords out. And he's like, what if I made you guys eat better? And they're like, look at this fucking
Yeah, they're
psycho.
like, this guy's such an
This
asshole.
guy's an
dude.
insane person.
Because, hey, I just think we should stop poisoning our kids. And they're like, shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
dude.
Imagine, dude, if he got his voice box screwed up and then he just went totally Ebonics talking. Like when he realized he was losing the voice, he was like, let me just make a switch. Like if everything's changing this abruptly, he's like, yo, fine shit. What are you doing over there? God damn, how do you fit that in those jeans? RFOK.
Yeah, that's got to be tough, dirty talk.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Oh,
Well, that's I think
Cheryl
Carol,
Hines.
Cheryl Hines.
Smack my ass.
I would never smack your ass. It could be interpreted as domestic abuse. So I'll hit her from the back and I'll keep my hands above my head.
It's a decent RF Kizzle, dude.
Not bad, huh? Yeah.
Decent.
All
We're-
that being
we're
said,
impression guys now.
We are impressionists. That's
We got one each.
That's
I
the
envy you
evolution.
guys. I envy you guys.
Throw
I'm
them on
not-
the board.
Mine's Little Nicky. That's the only one I got.
Nah, you got some good ones. You just never break them out.
Well,
I got
I
Little
can't
Nicky.
do any either, but like if you do sit down and work on one, like you can figure it out if you really practice. But it's like, who has the fucking time?
Yes.
You know?
That's true.
Yeah, that's like that.
Kyle
you're-
just at his house doing Little Nicky's fiance's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's what it is. Your wife can only deal with so much. She can watch you do your little skits and do your little stand-up shows. When she walks out there and it's midnight and you've had 4 Miller Lights and you're like, I'm drinking milk. It's not like you're in the mirror.
It's like you got
Whoa.
30% of Rotten Tomatoes. What are you doing?
Whoa, this guy is drinking Miller Lights.
You're having sex. She takes her shirt off. Whoa,
Whoa, look at those milkas.
get her the soda.
I love you.
But my final drone thought, and I'm sure you all agree, TikTok's getting banned, and I think this is the Chinese companies trying to get as much footage as they can before they can't be in the U.S. anymore. It's all just TikTok drones.
But we know their technology is only balloons. That's all they're capable of.
Well, they had balloons last year, and they thought that was too much fun. They knew balloons was going to be too much fun. They put it out there, and they're like, we're going to make it look like the house from Up. And then everybody was like, that's fun, that's cute. Now they're just straight Jones.
They shot down the China balloon.
Yeah, somebody popped it.
Yeah. And you're gonna expect us now not to shoot down 10-foot bus looking things.
It's another thing. It
That's
makes
the craziest,
no sense. So like that, we had a balloon. They go, oh, we got shot it down immediately. All of these mysterious shows, we have no idea what they are, and they're like, we're not going to touch them.
Yeah.
It's confusing.
It's insane.
Dude, I know a couple people who had conversations with their significant others being like, should we leave the state? Like legit conversations.
People are nervous, dude.
What the fuck is there to be nervous about? There's just drones up above a naval base.
Yeah, right.
The
They
thing-
are also.
I don't
above-
understand why. How can you be this worried about a drone?
Yeah, but they keep saying they're SUV sized, and they did always say in the future we'll have flying cars, and maybe this is the closest we're getting. They're finally showing off
They're
their
gonna
wares.
send those bitches over to Russia, and they're just gonna or Ukraine, and they're just gonna fucking blow up on Russians.
I'm not gonna. There's nothing to look at in Russia. There's nothing
Dude,
that you need to take.
They're testing out technology. That's what they're doing. They're scanning all of us. They're getting our data and everything. Not sounded, of course, because why would they do that?
Yeah, true.
And then they're going to send the boys. They're going to send these over to Ukraine, and they're going to navigate through Russia and find out, where they got a bomb and everything. And that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I had a
And
similar.
you guys hate that because it's just it's someone using common sense.
Well, that's too. Yeah, we can't do common sense. We're too
Conspiracy theories
far-fetched.
are fun.
Yeah.
You ever accidentally walk into like a racist statement that you didn't mean for it to be that way?
No, go ahead. Though.
Sure.
I was talking to.
Story of my life.
I'll take her home and use a slur.
R.I.P. R.I.P. R.I.P.
R.I.P. Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot. Good
damn.
call.
That dude, what happened to him, dude?
Well, he went One Direction.
There he is. Hello, folks.
Oh,
I can't let you guys have all the fun.
my
You
God.
guys are firing on a wavelength that I can't even keep up
No,
with.
stop it.
God damn, he's quick
Yeah.
and tall.
I've had that one in the back pocket for months.
I've already seen. I've seen
Waiting.
somebody say it too.
I'm just waiting for the time I could drop that.
Direction,
That
man.
was great. I was beautiful.
I was trying to think of another One Direction song that I could do a pun off of, but couldn't think of it.
Satellite by Harry Style. Drones. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, but his
not that
solo
great.
career is way different, dude.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm just usually I should be on the air right now.
You know, people say I look like Harry Styles' retarded brother, Gary Styles.
Who says that ever to
Well,
you?
mostly me, but
you're a Wawa. Like, can I stop you for a second?
you know, it's Gary Styles. dude.
Gary Stees. Gary Stees.
Something funny about the name Gary, dude.
Yeah, it's an unstoppably funny name.
It's so funny.
That's my girlfriend's car's name.
Gary.
Gary, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
good
not
stuff.
sorry, that's not a good segue. Anyway, all right. My grander point. Here's a bit that's not that funny, but it did happen. I was talking to my brother-in-law, and we were talking about like the stuff with China, and I was like, why don't we just send like Andrew Yang there to go talk to them? And he was like,
Jesus.
where's Andrew Yang from? And I was like, okay. And he didn't even mean it.
As
Like,
if, like, what was your thought process there? Like, we need a translator. Yang can probably talk to these guys. He probably speaks their language. He's like the whitest Asian guy ever.
It was so funny that you were like thinking like you were trying to go through all the Chinese guys that were in the politics sphere, and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Andrew Yang.
Andrew Yang.
Who do we got? Jackie Chan?
He's still
around?
he booked up.
Can we get him over there?
Hopefully gets there quick. There's rush hour on the way there.
Talk about a guy who never fucking got rid of his accent.
Yeah, he just
Been in America for what, 75 years now?
There had to be at some point one of his assistants like, come on.
Yeah.
Come
Jack.
on. Jack. Jack, can I talk to you for a second? Oh, sure, of course. Okay.
Are you saying that Jackie Chan is a faker?
I'm saying,
I'm
like I
just
said, I can
saying,
substantiate
dude,
it.
make some adjustments. You've been here for quite some time, dude. We're on rush hour 7 at this point. Like,
But also, you're an actor. You can conquer any role, but you can't conquer just like a northeastern
yeah,
accent.
that's right. He could jump from building to building. You
Yeah.
can't say your fucking R's, dude.
Sing fa la 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 la. No can do. I'm sitting that one out.
Dude, it fucks with me whenever I hear a British person in an interview that's an actor that does an American accent. Today I was watching
Yeah.
I was watching an interview with Beth from Yellowstone, and she just breaks out the British accent. And I
Oh,
was like,
what?
what is going on? Wait, she's British?
She's been British, in real life.
She's been British the whole time.
M. Night
It's like the
Shyamalan.
Sixth Sense, dude.
Yeah.
I can see dead people. Who's what?
Bruce Willis speaking.
Oh, mate, I've been seeing dead people the whole film. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you're British.
Jesus. It's way worse. I'd rather be dead.
Yeah,
The one that fucked me up was who was Batman?
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale fucked me up. He's
Yeah.
Welsh or something like that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
Australian.
Is he
I
Australian?
think.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
Which that you could never do an Australian Batman.
Shiv from Succession,
Yeah.
Australian Nicole Kidman. Maybe not.
She looks
I think she's
Australian.
Australian.
But I looked at her and I kind of read Australian right away.
Australians are having a moment, dude.
How's
Tom
it-
from Succession, also maybe
Yeah, yeah.
Australian.
Well, you know what I just heard? Apparently, Australians hate people from the U.S.
Why?
I have no
They
idea.
are
It's like
us.
a popular thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, Australians are like have really negative thoughts, like the Australian populace versus the American populace. Not like an actual like government to government thing. They don't like us.
What's going on with them, dude? They had a moment where we all thought like they're the coolest guys of all time. They party, and now we're kind of like, I think Australians are gay.
COVID.
Yeah.
They were like the badasses. They were like, and then their government was like, "Oh, you're staying inside," and he's like, "All right."
All right.
I got me grill in the back. I'll be hitting that quite a bit. And it's like, you guys are pussies.
Yeah.
We saw one. You know what it really is? We saw one Australian dude fist fight a kangaroo, and we're like, no
Yeah,
way.
true.
And then the true color shown.
You're like, yeah, take out your gun. They go, we don't have guns.
We have no guns here, mate.
It's bad accent. Sorry. no.
Again, that's why I say how the accent
Yeah.
came. I can't be a part of
Mine,
the accent.
like if I try, like they'll start mixing with others where I'm like, was that an Indian accent?
Every time I go an Irish accent, it ends up Jamaican by the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
We can't go over there. We got them all talking, mate. Wagwan. Yeah.
God.
But yeah, the drone thing, I don't like it. I'm ready for TikTok to get banned. Every time I sit on my phone and I'm scrolling for like an hour, like literally not exaggerating, I'll scroll for like 45 minutes straight. I think about the ban and I'm like, thank God, dude. I think I need it.
Yeah. You do? I definitely need it. I mean, it takes up a lot of my time. And then like when I put out a video and everything, and you go back and check to see how it's doing and everything, and it's not doing as well, and you curse yourself.
Mhm.
And then when it's doing well, then you go back another 2 minutes from then, and another 2 minutes from then, another 2 minutes. And then all of a sudden, it's 30 minutes you've spent, wasting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even scroll that much. Most of the time, I'm just checking to see if like anything I posted got any responses. And it's like, damn, still nothing.
I wish I'll like double time where I'll do
Now you'll delete them.
I'll delete them because I'm a scared little girl.
Yeah,
But
you're a total Hillary, dude. Delete.
do not ever say deleting emails. That's quite
Yeah. Why'd you delete that TikTok?
fear. I had fear. I felt fear.
It's a fear-based decision.
It was a fear-based decision.
You let
I'm
a
not
couple
proud.
internet commenters bully you off the internet.
Yeah, I went full
What are they
Australian.
even going to say about you?
Yeah, you
dude?
could never be. You could never.
Oh, what? He's got red hair. He's
Yeah.
not even that funny. It's
Well,
like,
that's.
dude,
I mean,
Yeah.
you could combat that with, you have Kyle.
Yeah, you can't. Would you
look
say?
at my knight in shining armor.
Would you say about my friend Matt?
Yeah, you're just as nervous as me.
Like, oh, damn.
Don't talk to him like that. I will tell you, TikTok has probably run its course. I should have screenshot of this. I posted one the other day that obviously didn't do anything. We shouldn't be talking this much about my TikTok.
No,
Anyway.
I like this a lot.
But I posted one. I swear to God, some dude wrote, "You're like Bill Burr with hair and not funny." And I clicked on his profile, and I don't think this is actually him, but it was a dude with Down syndrome in a swimming pool. So I swear on my life,
God,
a kid.
accurate take.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I agree with that, dude.
Truth does hurt, they say.
Yeah. I do love that. Like TikTok will get. It's funny. You post something, they'll take it down for like the most ridiculous thing, but the comments are still allowed to be so mean.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I don't understand the guy I was talking about. You're definitely more like a unfunny Ron Weasley.
He was funny. Oh
That's
yeah,
what he
so you're
said.
saying I'm not?
Funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Ron
I guess-
Weasley was hysterical, dude.
Well, it wasn't that good, but I can see where
mean,
you're coming
like-
from. He kind of relied off a lot of this dynamic between him and Harry.
Never compete with the Wheeze dog.
I got called Wheeze the whole time growing up. What were you like, Dobby?
He's fucking
Yeah,
back.
well, he pretty much saves the day. I was just watching HP last night. Not a big deal. Not a
Well,
big
hope you
deal.
don't end up like him, dude.
Yeah, getting stabbed in the chest. Saving his friends.
Would have loved that, dude. Bellatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter. My first real thorough crush.
Yeah.
First movie crush.
What was it
Yeah.
about her?
British, scary, unkept looking.
Big tits.
Bada boom, bada bing.
The only bazungas that are showed in HP.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's probably right.
Yeah, they don't show a cleavage anywhere else in the series.
Ah, dude, McGonagall,
Yeah.
man. They should have blasted McGonagall.
True, she would have been way better off. They showed some ta-ta. If she
Yeah.
because there's no way when you transform back from a cat to a person, there's not like a little bit of a slip.
They're doing a reboot. You know that?
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
No?
What do you think about that?
I don't like that.
I'm
either.
excited.
Really?
I would love to see the Harry Potter world in like a longer series, like a Game of Thrones styles, like drawn out, because then you can get into all the details of everything.
Yeah, I guess so. But
But
I
just talking about it, it's like, they can only do so much in the movies because, it's 2.5 hours long. So they leave out all this stuff in the book. If you do I love a series, dude. You
Who do
can.
Who do you want to do an expose on? Cho Chang or Chang Cho, whatever her name was?
No, forget her.
His name is Andrew Yang.
She sucks. She's a traitor, but just like they leave out all this stuff in the books that they could get into.
Yeah, but that just feels like I don't like
What
the
are you
fact
guys, the
that
biggest losers alive, dude? You don't want more Harry Potter.
Have you
What-
seen the
the-
Fantastic Beasts?
Those stink.
They do.
Well, I watched
Isn't
like
that called The View? Come on, guys.
it's basically what you're asking for. You're asking for,
no,
like,
those are it's a movie, right?
is it totally different from the Harry Potter?
I think it's like the same world. Granted, I haven't seen the full thing, but like I took a glimpse and I said, this ain't the same.
Yeah.
It's like watching like XFL when the NFL is over and you try to watch the XFL in the springtime. Like it's just isn't the same. So
It's
I
the
don't
exact
do
same
it.
comparison.
I know, but
Where the spin-off Harry Potter, it's like Grindelwald or something. It's like Dumbledore's brother.
Is that good?
that's the Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fan.
Literally the Harry Potter universe.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the same. That's a series. The whatever of Grindelwald. Actually, not his brother. It was his gay lover.
It's his gay lover. That's what it is.
Yeah, his main adversary.
Did she have to do that? Did she have to just sprinkle that on?
That
a
was
bunch
a
of, like,
weird move.
Yeah.
that she-
8-year-olds?
and she got like detailed with it. Like I think she was tweeting out. She was like, "By the way, I forgot to include this. Dumbledore was getting railed in the fucking ass."
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. I think she legitimately was saying stuff like that. Like,
But to be fair,
Couple more,
like,
couple
it was
butter
kinda-
beers and Diagon Alley.
She really never had to tell anybody. I've actually been thinking about this. I watched Harry Potter. I've watched like 4 of the movies recently. It was kind of clear he was gay, that he was the only person dressed like that in the entire series. Everybody else was wearing like a sweater vest and pants, or they'd wear a suit, and then he was wearing like your mom's old furniture as his
You're the
wardrobe.
most powerful wizard in the world.
He wore the sleepy nightcap.
You not get the fuck off.
Yeah.
If you were the most powerful wizard in the world, you would wear whatever you could. Russell Westbrook shows up to games in like assless chaps,
And he's gay.
True.
and he's one of the greatest point guards of all time.
Oh, I wouldn't agree with that.
falling off,
but I just when people were like, I can't
Sorry,
believe-
Dumbledore didn't fall. He fell off too.
He did.
He fell off
He-
Hogwarts.
He totally did.
True, he could use
And
But-
he totally was grooming Harry to just get fucking murdered. Sorry, I was watching
he was
the
he
last
was
movie last night.
He was grooming Harry.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you what, you get home from a bar late night and you go on youtube.com and you search up Snape's Memories Reactions. You sit and watch, dude. You enjoy that.
Really?
Just people watching that for the first time. Come
Dude,
on.
so I was watching it last night. The best Snape thing that he says in the movie. I don't know if you guys, remember this, but the actor, what's his name? Alan Rickman.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's fucking incredible.
Oh,
I
yeah.
laugh he's incredible. dude.
Greatest bad guy of all time.
He does this one part where he goes, and all I can't do the accent, so
Now try it.
he goes, all the students will be treated equally.
yeah, dude.
Like that's on the script, and they go, Alan, just say equally. Like just say equally. Like you don't have to draw it out that much. He goes like, I'm gonna try something here. They shall be treated equally.
I love that thing.
It's
It was
so-
totally his choice.
Yeah, what a choice, dude. I love the choice.
It's the
Alan,
same-
we'll do it one more time. Just hit equally like a normal beat.
Yeah, maybe a little bit faster.
Equally. And then
He
you go,
talked the same way in Die Hard.
Equally.
yeah, right.
In
Yeah.
Die Hard, he had the same exact monotone
I
voice.
love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Spread everything out.
Yeah, he which is kind of funny that he keeps doing it
McCain.
wrong.
It's just John McCain, Alan.
Yeah.
McCain. John McCain. McCain.
It's like he's like
Yeah.
drunk and having a stroke, and he's like,
Yeah. Between every word that starts with a vowel and ends with a consonant, he remembers that he left his oven on at home. He's like, equally. Which, by the way, Jackie Chan's in the background, like, not as easy as it looks, huh? That is great, dude.
My God, the way
I mean,
some
that's
of
just
those-
I
watch
think these,
it back and wait for that part. You will laugh so fucking hard. It's such a good line. Equally.
He does it. I think that now that I'm thinking about it, he hits those a lot. Like at that scene where they reveal it, he says like, yeah.
Oh, obviously.
Obviously. And then he even says when he's during those Snape memories things where he's like, you kept him alive to die at the proper moment.
Yes. Yeah. The proper moment
Dude,
to be slaughtered.
his words look like a fucking EKG machine where you just see the bumps randomly throughout.
I love it. Just makes it makes such a dull line so much more interesting.
Right.
They shall be treated equally. They shall be treated.
And look, as a fellow thespian, I could totally see where he's coming from, man.
Yeah.
You know, I had to make some creative choices this past week.
Yeah, what kind of notes were you getting?
Oh, no
Was
notes
that
for
during
me.
Flippy Flops?
What was that, Brendan? Shut the fuck up, dude. What the fuck, dude? No, actually, that was the worst part is actually getting for real notes during Flippy Flop. They're like, we want you to sound like a scumbag a little more. And I was like, okay, let me see if
I can do it. I can do it.
I can get there. I can get there.
At least you got a credit on one of these.
Yeah, true. Well, my newest thespian endeavor, dude. I was an extra.
Oh, dude, I want to hear about this.
The background of Tires, Shane Gill's show on Netflix. And my largest takeaway, outside of it being very cool, like obviously I did nothing and I was no part of it, is watching other extras not have that realization. And it's the hack stuff that you hear about where it's like an extra who like, they tell you, just stand there. When he says this, you react. And every, the trope is like the extra's like, whoa, come on. Yeah, nice. And it's like, hey, a little less of that. That is for real how these people are.
Oh, wow.
They went drama club.
They told us, and it's so funny, like the one scene where we sat there and they're like, be silent and look forward. And one of the guys took that as like, I'll laugh every time the other guy talks. So like, we're supposed to be totally silent. And the guy's like, he's like, hey, silent, right? We're not even, you don't have to do anything.
Were the PA saying stuff? Like the director saying stuff?
Yeah,
like, hey,
the director's like, hey, we have microphones near you guys and we're going to use your audio. So you have to be quiet.
Wow.
So the guy's like, all right, I'll clap then. They're like, still a noise.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. That was like,
Can you give us any general outline of like what the scene was, or would that be too?
I don't think so.
give-
It's
give something away.
there's supposed to be like I think it's just like basically we're at like, it's almost like an ESPN event and we're watching a comedian who's playing as a famous athlete and we're like reacting to a scene that happens during that. So all we have to do is just like, they say there's
So
three
no,
beats.
he can't give anything away.
I don't know. I'm
Well,
sure.
yeah, you
Did you,
don't
sign,
wanna
did you sign an NDA?
No. Yeah. So yeah, Ron White,
Yeah.
legendary Ron White, the man of all time, dude. He had two of my favorite stories. He was we were all sitting there waiting. It was 20 degrees outside, and they told us the scene was technically supposed to be framed in spring. So no winter jackets, nothing like that.
Damn.
So we're sitting there in just like a light, like vintage NASCAR jacket, freezing our balls off.
Oh, you probably loved that.
I got a question about that.
You loved the vintage stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When they gave me the jacket, I was like, this is so goddamn gas. But so that we're sitting there and we're freezing, dude. And he goes, oh, well, I'd like to tell you, I appreciate y'all coming out here, but I never asked any of you to come. But it's nice nonetheless. And then he was sitting there and we had hand warmers. And the one guy, he says, I don't need this anymore. Anybody want this? And one of the psychos next to me, who of course had neck tattoos, and they had to take him back to do makeup. And I was like, you're not an extra. You don't get to do this.
Yeah.
He goes, I'll take it. I'll sell it on eBay. So he takes it and he wipes it on his balls and he throws it at the guy. He goes, here you go. Still worth nothing. I was like, you're the man, dude. You're the coolest guy of all time. But yeah, that was just like sitting there, and it is the same thing you hear about, just like hurry up and wait, where the entire day it's like, all right, we have to be here by 3:30, and then we're gonna go sit there for an hour, and then at that point we have to be here by 4:45, and then we are not gonna move for an hour.
It's so much waiting.
Oh
around,
my God, dude.
For like the tiniest scene
Oh.
of something.
I mean, we got a couple. One guy an extra in a series, and one guy
A lead.
the main character, the lead of a commercial.
Yeah.
That's true. Although that was the best experience I've ever had and I haven't done much, but that they had me up first. They got me in and out. I did my part in like 20 minutes, and then they were like, you can hang around if you want. You could leave. Like everything else is like you're waiting around all fucking day. But I got in there. I was the first up, thank God, and it was like the easiest, most fun work I've done.
That was pretty sweet.
You play a scummy banker better than most people.
Thank you, man. I think I was born to play it.
Yeah, I
You know?
think so.
Dude, so I was auditioning for a couple of roles for Tires, and the one role was, and it's not giving anything away, but it was like I was a dude in a NASCAR, like a big NASCAR fan, and I was supposed to like fake serve somebody where I'm like, oh shit, is that so and so, blah blah blah, and then he's like, yeah, and then I'm like, you've been served.
Oh, shit.
That was what
That probably was your.
Oh, it was definitely the same exact thing. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
Well, I didn't have that part, but you were part of that same scene.
Anybody we know that did that part? Because I obviously didn't get. I'm pretty sure they're rap shooting.
No, we just did like the one that I filmed was just a very quick. It was a 10-second scene, and it was just us reacting to like something happening on the panel.
Yeah.
That the same guy that probably you're supposed to be serving to is.
Dude, I was hoping so bad I was gonna get that. It would have been just like one line, but
Sick.
would have been awesome.
I had one, and that's the thing too, is like being an extra, you're watching the people in front of us were reacting to actual actors and an actual comedian, and I can't in my head that it was a single line and then rest improv for 10 seconds. I'm such a dumbass that like I would watch what the actor would do, and I'm like, I wouldn't have done that. I don't think I would. I don't think your character would take it that way, but whatever, do your thing.
You walk out from the frame. You're like, can I give you a couple notes?
Hey, man,
McKeever, stay in the back. Can I give you a couple notes?
a couple tags for you.
Look, you're stiff, buddy. You're so stiff. And he's like, well, yeah, it's 21 degrees outside and I'm in pain in a suit. And I'm like, all right, I can totally see that, but you signed up for this.
Damn.
Yeah, it was cool. It was one of the cooler experiences I've had doing this. Yeah. But nothing will come of it. Nothing will change in my career, but that's
But to your
more
point, it is
nasty.
cool to just like be on set and see those guys work. Like I love seeing that they're shooting their own show, dude.
Mhm.
And like just to see how it works, like seeing McKeever direct, seeing how they're putting it together, like it's just awesome, dude.
Yeah. I mean, and it's also seeing a crew. You don't realize how many people are on the set for one scene and how much technology.
Takes forever, dude.
It is. How is anybody unemployed?
Yeah.
I think if you have a tripod and a couple cameras, Vito, you should be making 7 figures, dude. I don't know how you guys should all be loaded.
Yeah, why are you here the way they have some of these production crews?
I have no idea what a lot of them just kind of stand around and just kind of look a little intimidating.
It is kind of funny how Vito was drinking like beers with Jason Kelce 2-3 weeks ago, and now he's just sitting in your guest room.
That's
right now.
What a gorgeous evolution.
How
You're
did
doing
that
garage beer
happen?
commercial, right?
Garage beer commercial. I was production assistant.
Damn, that's awesome.
Garage beer commercial. I was a production assistant on the set, and it was like right before he went on Monday Night Football. A few days before, he wore the same outfit on Monday Night Football. It was funny,
Really?
but yeah. But yeah, it was cool. Garage beer. It was at some lady's house in Broomall or Havertown, actually. And yeah, after we were done, we had some garage beers together. I had a margarita with him. So
you get loose pretty quick though. You start flirting with him a little bit.
Nah, I made sure I got out of there before I got too antsy.
Too horny.
Oh yeah.
You give Vito can handle all his liquor. You give him a couple beers, he'll suck a dick.
Really? Hey, can we pass Vito a couple beers over?
Hey man, get this out of your hand.
Pause.
Damn, dude.
Good talls beat.
I am so desperately looking for a scenario where I get like, by close to Jason Kelce where I can have a couple beers with him. Did you guys?
Yeah.
Did he come to the lookalike thing?
No, he didn't. There's just 6 other guys that look like him that came.
Yeah, that's why every time you looked around, you're like, oh my God, he's here. And it's like, nah, it's just another fat guy from Westchester. That's not quite him.
I've auditioned for a couple commercials with him too that I have not gotten. But
Really?
I'm like, dude, that'd be so fucking cool.
I think he would interact with you too. I think if you were actually on the set with him, he would actually
That's
give you a
what
little
I'm saying,
FaceTime.
dude. I'm like, if I get close to this guy, I'm gonna work my way in to become friends with him.
Plus, it's one of those things where he's technically entering your world. Like you're
He's entering my
closer.
world and probably my butthole.
Yeah.
If I have anything to say about
Man,
it.
I think he'd let it, Kylie could watch if she needs to.
And he's gonna go, who's now?
I'm not like quite following. Who's the what? You mean?
What was that? We want to make sure you get more auditions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did say I don't know if we can include all this, but I do think that should be the slogan for Garage Beer.
To add
hell
to
yeah.
like my experience, like being a production assistant though on these sets, you're at the bottom of the totem pole. So like, if Jason Kelce needed a fucking hoagie, that's what I was gonna go do. Go get him a hoagie.
Yeah.
I had to go to the link that day and grab some equipment. Like I'm basically the production assistant, so I'm just a productions bitch. But to put it that way, it's still a good experience, and you get around the right people, and that's how you get in that door. But like I can't like be my complete self around Jason Kelce in that scenario. I was even fortunate I could have beers and margarita with him, but like I could not tell him my Instagram. I couldn't tell him like I
You
can't.
gotta
Yeah.
keep it
I'm working for
professional.
somebody else. I gotta keep it professional. I'm someone else's employee in that case, and I gotta keep it pretty like minute. I just gotta be like, hey man, this is cool. I can't
Yeah.
really be like, this is what I do, and this is this and this and that. So like,
But it is
you were
cool
saying,
that PAs
like,
get to interact. You're interacting with every single person on set.
oh yeah, I'm making connections, and that is like basically it's all about who you know. I've gotten a lot of opportunities this past year, and I plan on getting more. Hopefully, I'm going more productions, and as you saw, there's a lot of people that go into the work, so
Yeah.
they need them. I mean, and I get asked to do commercials, I get asked to do movie stuff, so.
You should just open up your Venmo and just send it and just show it and be like, give what you can.
Well, it seems
Yeah.
like a lot of
Take
people
whatever I can
start
get.
out
Make
as
him
a
feel
PA.
bad. He'll pay you.
$100 million on that Amazon deal. We saw
That's a lot of money. You don't need all that money, do you, Mr. Kelce? He's like, oh,
I need them. But yeah, it's just that's all I was trying to say. Like I heard you say, like, oh, if I can get in front of that guy, like befriend him. But like I couldn't really
Yeah,
try to
it's tough.
befriend him. I could just kind of do what I could, and I'm just happy for the experience, and hopefully I'm in front of him again. So
Yeah, man.
yeah.
Well, then it's tough. Sometimes you're in, to your point, you got to be professional, and you're like, I don't want to annoy this guy. I don't want to,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
kind of
guys
the
must
weird-
be
yeah.
hilarious when you get around like big time comedians and stuff because you want to prove like that you're just like a guy and like not be like, hey, I do like you, but I also want to just be like a normal dude that like.
Well,
is-
that's my
Yeah.
move. I kind of shut down sometimes because I'm so afraid of being annoying. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be
Yeah.
overbearing, and I think a lot of comedians are where they're like, you have been around them enough where it's like they're always on and
Yeah.
have to be like the loudest motherfucker in the room.
Yeah.
I am not that guy. Like,
No.
I actually.
and I'm not that guy when I'm done doing like the man on the street shit. Like I just want to go home and just like not talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just you're in that situation. I mean, Brendan and I actually just opened for somebody in at Helium, and I was counting how much we both were talking. 'Cause not that I was worried that you were going to talk too much. I was more so worried of like, let me not monopolize. I'll throw in a quick little thing, and then I'll just keep laughing at what he says, and then Brendan hopefully says something, and then
Yeah.
it becomes like part of a conversation.
I just try to take their lead. If they seem like they're open to talking and whatever, then it's like, all right, great. Like, yeah, we can. But so often, like, you'll get in there and the guys or girl is just super quiet. You can tell
The
they're- and they just don't really feel like chatting. I get it. They do it all the time. Different cities, different openers, different annoying people they don't know. But then some people, like I worked with Jeff Dye, the coolest motherfucker I've ever met, dude. He just like came in immediately, was talking to everybody as if we all started comedy together.
Yeah.
Like he didn't talk above you, like he was more successful than you. He was just like, hey, I'm throwing out the first pitch tomorrow. He's like, why don't you come with us to the Phillies game? It didn't wind up working out because he had like some sort of thing where it didn't happen, but he's throwing out like a bunch of first pitches. But like was nice enough to just invite me.
Mhm.
He was one of the coolest dudes I've ever worked with.
Crush, dude. Guy's fucking funny as hell. I opened for Mark Norman forever ago. And this is how much you're in it where like maybe you're not selling out in the way where you're just constantly trying to make them laugh or make them think you're one of those cool guys to hang out with. But if anybody, so basically what happened is I'm sitting in the green room and my way to break the tensions and I'm like, hey, we have a White Claws. My buddy's got White Claws if you're wondering. And he's like, nah, I'm okay. So right before he goes on, I think he was like, I just want to have a drink on stage because he was going over new shit. So I think he wanted to be able to grab the drink, look at his list, and then go back into the set. So he goes, hey, I'll take you about one of those White Claws if you don't mind. So then I'm like frantically texting the girl I'm dating. dating at the time, like, bring back a White Claw to the green room right now. Come back here quick. So she comes back and she comes in with a White Claw, and I guess he can't turn it off. He goes, who's this pale bitch? So
Jesus Christ, dude.
I was like, yeah, who is this, man? She gives it to me. I give it to him. I get a text. What was that about? And I'm like, I'm about to go on. I can't talk to you right now.
That's so insane. Did you really say that?
I swear to God.
That's so insane.
Maybe I shouldn't include that he said that, but he did. Yeah, he was
Dude,
like,
that is awesome. No, that's fucking hilarious. And you're not with her anymore. She's probably because she was pale as shit.
yeah, well, that was a big fight on the way home. That's about an hour and 20 home in traffic. when you're sitting those brake lights in front of you, and she's like, "So you're just never gonna defend me?" And it's like,
He's the headliner.
I mean, truly.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're a pale bitch.
That was my whole
not
defense. Is I'm like, how do you think I've lived like this?
Yeah.
Just, I don't care about that at all.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah,
Damn.
maybe not pale bitch, but it was something. I think it actually might have been pale
Fuck,
bitch.
I wish I had a story. I feel like your guys' stories are so much better.
What do you talk about? You've definitely run into way bigger people than we have.
No, honestly, no, because like
You've probably met Jason Kelce.
I've not met Jason
Really?
Kelce. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who's the
You
most-
definitely met a bunch of Eagles alumni.
Yeah, I mean, my coolest story is probably I interviewed Jason Kelce, but that was like in a scrum. But no, my coolest one is probably like Big Dom. Like me and Big Dom are kind of cool,
Oh, that's cool.
and like he's just the absolute man.
Yeah.
But like I was in the back of Jason Kelce's Seattle event just with like all the Eagles
Yeah.
and stuff,
That's fucking
and I like
badass.
ran over Fletcher Cox's girlfriend. I thought he was gonna kill me. 'Cause I didn't see her, and then I almost ran into Kylie Kelce literally 2 seconds later. So at one point I just like
Thank
walked over to the
goddess.
side and was just like, thank God I found Big Dom because we could just shoot the shit.
Yeah. Dude, I saw the Barstool guys shout at you. That was
Yeah, that
pretty
was cool.
Pretty cool.
That was really cool. That you kind of forget how big those guys are because when people start contacting you being like, hey, you just got a shout out and it's like your
Yeah.
phone's blowing up and it's like, wow. Sick.
Dude, have they ever
Well,
tried?
you cut it off. I felt bad. You cut it off right before they started talking about me. Right after too. They were
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Yeah. Like, he's got some pale co-host.
That pale bitch that he's
Yeah.
always with too.
Have they ever tried to recruit you?
Nah, I mean, I've talked to Roan. Roan is the only guy I've ever DM'd with back and forth being like, hey, I'd really, 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 really be interested in it. And it kind of just went nowhere. I sent him a reel and it just never got
I'm
back.
so surprised that they haven't already. I feel like
Yeah.
that could very much happen.
Well, I think who did it the best was Mook. He was a Philly guy.
Yeah.
From what I heard was he was just making clips for a couple of the Anus guys, and they were
Yeah.
like, "All right, these are fucking good. Why don't you come on?" And now he went from production, like everybody who's a producer wants to go in front of the camera
Yeah.
and stuff, and now he's doing shit in front of the camera. He's got a pretty successful live show that he streams weekly and stuff. So
He's killing it.
that's kind of how you do it. I mean, I'm getting up there in age, so like I might just have to start emailing everybody, and if they don't do that, then maybe like, there's like a Barstool idol or something.
Although
I'll
I
do.
think you're doing it the right way, where it's like you're building your own thing, which is like your portfolio essentially, and they're going to see like this guy's already doing it himself, which is why they shouted you out. And eventually, I feel like that's how people get recruited, where they're like, this guy's like doing something pretty good already. Why don't we just bring him? He's already doing it. You
Yeah,
know
but
what I mean?
I think they're in a totally different wavelength right now where they have all those guys and everything. And I think they're looking more to people who are like standalone podcasters, kind of like their Call Her Daddies, kind of like that Brie girl, kind of like, you know, Part of My Take and all those things. Like they at the end of the day, they have to make money.
Right.
And it's the funnel thing where it's like
Right.
20% of the people there make the money. The other 80% make it, you know, or have jobs because those 20%
But
do
like,
make
if you
money.
were doing like, if they could have a piece of like the content you're doing for Crossing Broad for like Barstool Philly,
I would
like,
say
it just
that
seems
too.
like such a layup.
It does seem like a layup, like just boots on the ground stuff. If Fox 29 or CBS 3 want us to go on during the playoff times, like Hawk merch and everything.
And you already have like
Yeah.
good numbers that you get for that, and then you combine that with like Barstool
Yeah.
Philly, who needs that good content.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Not to sell you away from your podcast.
I was going to say,
partner,
this is just openly talking about it. It's just like,
well, I
you
guess
just-
I guess it's more Crossing Broad related.
We'll do Zoom pods.
Look, if you're on Barstool, I'll do whatever you want, dude.
No, yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess we can't
No,
quite talk about.
I'm
but,
actually I'm
what?
shocked that they haven't already tried to recruit you, but I feel like that could definitely happen.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hilarious. Me and my fiance are about to get married. Be like, hey, we gotta, move.
we have to move to New York or Chicago. Your pick.
We'll be back to see the wedding venue next October.
Do they don't have like a thing in Philly for like the Philly guys?
They do, but it's mostly just social media and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I think some of the Philly guys who are from around here, they would do some content, but it's nothing that like what I do and stuff. And honestly, like,
Would you ever move to New York?
I'd probably prefer Chicago if we're being honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where
New York
a lot
fucking
of like.
stinks to live there.
Yeah.
I'd love to be up there for comedy reasons. But
Yeah, I'm a big 48-hour New York guy, 48-hour in LA guy. Chicago's the tits. I would hate it during the wintertime though.
It would be a nightmare. I can't even imagine how
Well,
horrifically.
you gotta come with me.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm riding coattails, baby.
yeah.
But speaking of the, you talked about the one Brianna. You guys are both Zach Bryan complete loser dorks.
Are you a Zach Bryan fan?
Yeah.
This guy does not understand how good he is.
Well,
So
I don't like the way.
shits-
I don't personally like the way he treats women. But what were you saying about the music? I'm sure
Oh,
that's
yeah,
great.
yeah, because Drake's just always been great to women.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's
he
true.
raises them from a young age.
Yeah, dude, raise a father
to be
figure.
strong, independent women.
Yep.
Yeah, he was my number one. Not even bragging on my.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would not. Yeah.
He was my number one on my Apple Music because I didn't do Spotify. My Apple Music.
Oh, you're one of those
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, he's number one on my Spotify Wrapped.
Mm.
Dude just can tell. Dude can write a song, man.
Can he though?
Yes, he can.
I think you know what he does? He picks out every word and then it feels like he Googles flowery synonym
He's a poet.
and he just says like regular, like, I went to the store while me and my girlfriend were fighting. He's like, hit the market on the way back from the long drive. My girl, the love of my life. I want to make her my
You're using
wife.
every country song. You're literally. He's different.
He does do.
He's different.
He's different, dude.
You sound like a battered wife now. You're Brianna Chicken Fry.
Okay, let's just steal everybody's dialect from Canada and just make another song about it to revitalize our career when it was going nowhere.
Who do you mean?
Drake.
He's an actor.
You keep making these 2 1-to-1s, dude.
You
I
ever
don't,
seen
He does
Degrassi?
the patois. He does the dance club music because he took it from some Jamaican guy in Canada. Then he goes and goes down to Atlanta to get a street cred up to go hang out with 21 Savage and Little Baby and everything. This guy, he's a marketing guy.
Yeah,
Dude.
he
He's
was
all
on
marketing.
Degrassi, dude.
Yeah.
You're too
He's
young
wheelchair
for
Jimmy.
that sort of stuff. You're so young and dumb and naive, dude.
yeah, I'm jacked too. But I was, I just look. The music's not that good, and then you find out that he's a bad dude on top of it.
Well,
Dude,
the
separate
story
the
is-
artist from the person.
yeah, I did. I hate the art. I hate the person even more.
Somebody synopsize what the scoop is with the Brianna Chicken Fry stuff. So he was just
He's a
like,
piece of shit. He's just a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He probably, allegedly, might have physically abused her.
Oh,
but
really?
We don't know.
I haven't dug into any of the details. I'll just like see some TikToks where it's like he would like their friends would be sitting out at like a campfire.
That's the one thing I can't defend.
And he'd
That's
come
the
out
one
and
thing
be
I
like,
can't defend.
just drunkenly like scream at her friends. I'm like, this guy does sound like a psycho.
Yes.
Yeah,
dude.
can you
Because
imagine?
we've all had that friend of a friend, like the boyfriend or the girlfriend of a friend, where it's like this person sucks. They're coming to the camp.
Yeah,
They're coming to the camp.
it was pretty
out, they're coming
disappointed
to
to hear some of that stuff.
Yeah.
because you're like, well, that's probably true.
But we all,
But
have
I-
that, we all have that friend, and you know what?
Yeah, I think some
We
of us
separate the music from that person as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Our buddy.
I separated my friendship from a lot of those guys who acted like that. I mean, I just think like,
stand-up guy.
but then, and again, this is in no way blaming her or anything, but like every guy like that does need a girl to sign up to be the whole like hold his face and be like, this isn't you, baby. Listen, this is not you right now.
That's
okay,
true.
so like they kind of
That
are
feeds
made.
his thing. Like
Right.
he needs and wants that. But I love that everyone's like, oh, dude, she turned down the millions that he offered her for the NDA, and I'm like, dude, she is a podcaster who has a huge
Yeah.
following. You think she's not going to capitalize on the fact that she can make so much more money just being like, fuck your NDA, I'm going to talk about this, and everyone's
Dude,
going
they
to.
probably
Yeah.
gave her the YouTube money that they were going to make off the podcast or the next 3 episodes that they're like. She's getting a kickback. There's a reason why she didn't take the 12 million. I'm sure that the rich owner Dave Portnoy is going to give her a kickback.
Yeah, it's like that old phrase: give a woman a verbally
dime
abusive relationship, and she'll eat for a day. Let her talk about it, and she'll live for the rest of her life.
Is that Ecclesiastes 3:16?
I believe, yeah,
Yeah.
it was the Ephesians or whatever.
I actually have that tattooed on my right shoulder blade.
it's so long. Yeah.
It's hurt
Give
like
a
a
man
bitch.
What's your tattoo say?
Got that tattooed on my ribs in high school, actually, and I still stand by it. No regrets.
No regrets, dude. Those baby back ribs.
God.
Oh, Sixers are up.
Oh, God forbid.
They're up 5.
Give me the scoop on the Sixers.
Yeah, give us a
dude.
scoop on the Sixers.
I'll give you guys a scoop on the Sixers. How about that? Let's do that. I'll give you guys a scoop on the Sixers. All
I
right?
would like to see. You could do a little like Sixers segment yourself too. Like you're so clued in.
Mm-hmm.
You guys could have your own little Barstool Philly-esque thing.
Yeah, there we go.
Yourselves.
Perhaps.
with Kyle's stuff that he's got going on and whatever you might be able to whip up.
Yeah, I bring Miller Lights. I bought Miller Lights. I bought everybody Miller Lights. That's
your
like my thing.
apartment, dude.
Yeah, dude, you supply the domicile.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't wear socks.
You got a mustache and stuff. It's a good. It's a cool look.
All right.
Hey,
Yeah, what are we doing with it? What are we doing with it?
Brendan
What's-
talks like he doesn't look like a lesbian gym teacher at all times. It's unbelievable, honestly.
What? Since when?
Dude, the cross track that did look nice that you pulled up in.
Thank you.
You
Thank
guys do look like the most dynamic softball coaching duo in all of South Jersey.
What the fuck did I do?
I don't know. You're getting a little too
Softball coach.
friendly, dude.
I don't
I-
know. You're a
I
softball coach.
played catcher for the best softball team in South Jersey.
And that wasn't even softball, dude. It's probably your boyfriend.
For the best women's softball team. Yeah, dude, I'm a stocky little lesbian. So what? So what, dude?
Stockholm syndrome. But
What is going on with the mustache? What are we doing here?
I'm trying to bring it back, and it's not going good. It never goes good. It's one of those things where, like, I'm in the midst of growing out my hair. I'm in the midst of growing out a mustache. I think something's got to be bad.
How long are you going with the hair?
It's been 4 months now.
Yeah, the next.
But like, what's your plan? What's your goal? Bradley
Just get
Cooper?
gorgeous. I'm trying to get gorgeous.
You're starting to get the little pubes on the back of the neck.
Yeah, those are a little untasteful,
I get
unsavory.
those too.
But
Yeah.
what's the vision? Anytime you're growing out your hair, you saw a guy before where you go, I'd like to look like
or you're
that.
going through something.
That's
what
what I
are
think
you
it
going
is.
through?
That's what actually is exactly what the point I was trying to get to is that I am growing out a mustache and my hair, and I don't feel like I'm going through something, but I have to be. There's no way I'd react like this. It's got to be a subconscious that there's something within me that's like I got to make drastic changes to my physical appearance.
You getting a little sad around the holidays?
No, I don't think so. I think everything's going good. So I might end up killing myself, but I don't know when or why.
Man.
But I imagine this is like the story that builds to it. It's like, yeah, we noticed something was off, or he was like growing his hair out, and like,
yeah, are you like
mustache.
worried about getting older and like losing like, you know,
He's just gonna go shoot a drone.
losing your looks or like what?
they're not going anywhere. They're only getting stronger.
Yeah.
Because, but no, I don't know. I think it's again, it's TikTok. I think I have a TikTok algorithm telling me like sexy boys have long hair, and I'm like,
I thought it
write
was
that
rat,
down.
Yeah.
I thought it was rat boy season. I thought you had to look like a rat. I thought you had to look like you had Crohn's
Rat Boy
disease.
season is it over? Rat Boy season?
I don't know. Rat boy season might be back.
Chalamet's killing it still.
Pete Davidson was all over Philadelphia this
Yeah,
weekend.
why was he? I saw he was at the Jason Kelce thing.
He was at the Jason Kelce thing. He was at the Sixers game courtside. He was there last night for the Eagles game.
He must be filming something. I wonder if
could
he's
be.
in tires, maybe.
Oh fuck, that's a good
I know his boys with
Oh.
Shane.
because he was also
that's a good
he was in
point.
Bup. Shane was in
Yeah,
Bupkis.
That's good. I wonder if that's why.
I know. I wonder if he's in tires. If he'll play like kind of like a tall, nervous guy. That's not that funny.
I wonder if he'll like play a guy who smokes a lot of weed.
I know. What if
and-
he'll like branch out and just kind of like talk like an old Adam Sandler in the mid '90s? And
Does
then
he live with his mom?
yeah, maybe he lives with his mom. Maybe he'll branch. Yeah, he'll do the live with the mom thing. Yeah.
talk about jerking off, dude?
Yeah.
I'm a
I think he'll do
huge
that.
Pete fan. If you have anything, I would love to work with you.
For real? You have no idea what I do for you, dude.
Yeah.
I don't mean that.
I did want to ask you because we were going to focus on this. We were going to focus on this podcast like kind of around like what we do for a living, but obviously we just went off on a tangent for like just talking and shit.
Oh yeah. By the way, joined by Brendan Donegan.
yeah. Yeah. Congratulations on being a 2-time sex haver, by the way.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
Twice, and then I said twice, and I'm done.
well,
You
is that
sni-
so?
Are you getting snipped?
No, I just mean I'll never have sex again.
Oh, okay.
Two is plenty, and I said ew. I said yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my kids, and that's the only reason you do it.
That's
Procreate. So it's God, baby.
Yeah. That's God's snip. I like that.
Yeah.
But no, man,
How are you guys
congratulations.
doing it? Jesus.
No, dude, like I am so anti-children, and I'm going to have a child.
Really?
one day. I'm so
Me
anti-children.
and my wife, we were planning, we're like, we're not going to do the kids thing. And then we accidentally got pregnant. We're like, oh, this is great.
Well,
And
that's
then
what I'm
right the
hoping happens because I know it's going to be a fight between me and my fiance that like I think I'm a selfish person. I think I just spent too much time working and stuff, and I don't want to be like Arnold in Jingle All the Way and miss
Yeah.
my boys' karate match.
Yeah.
Put the cookie down.
Yeah.
Cookie down.
And so I'm just like, but I know I'm going to have one.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to have one, and then it's probably going to end up being 2. And then it's probably going to end up being 3.
Right.
But
That's
did you
how
guys
it
get hit with like
happens.
the we just got engaged pressure? Like, did they kind of change? Because it sounds like you both were in
Well,
similar
no, I had my
situations.
baby out of wedlock. So
Oh, Jesus.
that's how you got to do it, man.
Well, I mean,
If
that's
you
been
wanna
our
make your
episode.
parents
Thank you so much for
proud,
joining us,
Jesus
Brendan.
Christ, did you name it Damien?
Omen and Omen references.
We know. Is it Omen? Or Omen references off the table?
Over the line.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry.
Just get up and walk
I'm
out.
just stunned that you had that one.
This is a
unlocked. Good for you.
Christian-based podcast.
No, but I was actually thinking like, so I think it's gonna be so funny when we have children and then like 20 years from now, all this stuff that we do is going to be online and everything. And like, I'm probably going to show my kids like all this stuff.
Well, I do think about that sometimes where I go, like right now, it's not that much of a thought where my son is so little.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, as he gets older, I'm like, and he starts learning how to search YouTube.
Yeah.
He searches my name and sees me talking the way that I talk to my friends, where I go like, how am I going to handle that?
Yeah.
You know, like that's
70,
going to
Dad,
be
70 likes on that TikTok. You fuck.
That's what I was more so angling
Or
at.
his
Your dad's
friends-
gay?
His friends finding it and going, did
Yes.
you hear Jack's dad is a fucking gay dude that does impressions on TikTok?
Your poor son, dude. He's sitting like in first
Dude, we
grade.
didn't have that when we were growing up. We had no dads on the internet. We're gonna be imagine if you found out when you were growing up, your best friend's dad was like you know,
That is, I never actually really.
or like you see your the way that your dads would talk with their buddies behind closed
Yes.
doors in their 30s,
Yeah. And now we just put it online.
and it's just out there for them to
Yeah.
listen to. It's gonna be it's crazy.
There's
to
no
think
way
about.
I don't think you can stomach that. It's the same way of like, it's basically like everybody, like our age, it'd be like finding out your mom, somebody else's mom did porn.
Yeah.
Like it's just everybody's parents are going to be like,
Yep.
same thing. Like, oh, your dad put that out at 30 likes. Like your poor son is going to be sitting in the front of class and like faintly in the background will hear like, whoa, they're all watching.
It's gonna be so funny when your dad beats up, or when your son beats up a kid because he made fun of your comedy, and you're gonna be like, you can't do that, but I'm also kind of proud of you, and I'm kind of slightly
Right.
horrified that you did
Yeah.
that.
He's like punching some kid on the ground. He's like, he's actually semi-professional and he's getting close to being full time.
You have no idea how long it takes to get a New York Comedy Club. That is a tough get.
He just got past Thursday.
He's doing check spots right now, but they're letting him host more.
He did 45 at the Parks Casino. It was a bad setup. It was a tough setup. He did 45.
Would you let Vito just? We can take a pause break while you try to navigate this door.
Yeah, we
dude.
probably need a beer refill anyways.
Yeah, dude. Matt's got to go get 6 more beers, dude.
Yeah.
All right, we'll pause real quick. Well, no, this is a good conversation. I want to fuck it up.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, would you let your kid get into like? I guess you don't have a choice for him to get into like content and things. Like I think every kid's gonna get into content, but like, would you let your kid like become a comedian?
I mean, if he really, I guess my goal would be to be a good enough dad that he doesn't want to be a comedian.
Okay.
I mean, I had a great dad.
But
I don't fully believe in that whole shtick, but if he wanted to, yeah, I mean, whatever you want to do.
Selfishly, I want to have a kid because I want to have a nepo baby.
Yeah.
Because you can either you can go J.J. Abrams, Gracie Abrams, and you're open up for Taylor Swift, or you could be like, okay, I was like a middle act, but then my kid becomes like a headliner because they know more of the tricks of the trade because you've been through that and you've eaten shit for many years and stuff.
I would definitely love for him not to do it just because I just think it's so hard and I don't know, like you just have to it is like a self-torturous like thing to go after. You know, like you're going through these like you're sitting in the back of these like horrible shows, like you're missing like time with friends and stuff. Like I wish I didn't love to do this as much as I did sometimes. I just, you know, for whatever it is, like I love doing stand up, but then there's times where it's like, man, like I wish I was just like fully into my desk job and I was content with that. And I just, you know, spent time with family and just, you know, that was it. And that was fine. But I'm excited to see what he's interested in and just to steer him, like whatever you're passionate about. Like, I can't wait to just steer him into that and be like, dude, that's great. Like, let's figure out how you can really like go after whatever it is. Like, I just can't wait to encourage him to do.
It would have to suck if he was so unfunny.
Yeah. How would you deal with that?
I think
man?
I'd rather my kid never do anything than think he was like good and like being on TikTok or one of the people that I have to cringe through on my page.
That would be tough, but I think it might be even tougher of like, because you're funny. So like if he will probably be funnier than you are, but he'll be funnier in like your dad listened to rock and then he's doing mumble rap comedy basically where you're like, I don't get this at all. And he's like, well, I have 9 million followers. So, and you're like, well, it's just bullshit. You got to do it. Sit down, set up, punch.
Yeah.
So it's like, I just
don't
queefed into
post.
the microphone
I don't do
bit.
the social media thing, dude. You know, you're giving all your content away. Like, yeah, that would be so strange, man.
It's like, Dad, you just don't understand the algorithm. You got to post at 3:15 every single fucking
Yeah, it's
day,
true.
dude.
You could do like the opposite of like you know, like your son wants to play basketball and you know all the money's in content by that point. In 20 years, there's going to be no more jobs. They're just going to be making videos. Yeah. So he's like, Dad, I want to play basketball this year. And it's like, you haven't posted in 12 hours, homo. Get on it.
Yeah, it's true.
Come on.
Right.
Oh my God.
I feel like there's not that many people, not that many comedians though, that have kids that are also comedians. Like I feel like they see them do that shit and they're like, this is not. I do not want to do this.
Well, a lot of them
Yeah.
suck. Wasn't Richard Pryor's kid? He didn't really do much.
I didn't even know.
I think so. And then like,
A lot of Bronny Jameses out there, I think. in
yeah,
that-
a lot
in
of
that
Marcus
space.
Jordans.
Yeah.
I'm trying
yeah.
to think of who's like someone that is a kid of a comedian right now. That's like
Like Eddie
killing
Murphy's
it.
got like 8 kids, and I don't think any of them do comedy.
Yeah.
Well, the only ones
One
you
of the
know
Wayans
about-
brothers, like,
yeah.
do they have kids that are like any good?
Well, their dad was famous.
Well, their dad was, and then they kind of like. were
No, I
like-
think that was just their dad that played
but their uncle was also.
That
famous.
wasn't their
Yeah.
real dad. You guys are thinking of John Witherspoon, who played their dad on the Wayans Brothers show.
Wait.
That wasn't is that what you're thinking of?
Wait, the John
I
guy.
assume I assume there had to be a dad in the lineage. There's 18
Well,
of them that I can't keep.
the
My
John
I
guy
might be
fucking
wrong.
killed his wife.
John Witherspoon?
He did it like with a. No, I think he did it with a knife.
in the conservatory.
Oh,
Sorry,
this is a bit. Oh my
Jesus
god!
Christ.
Oh my god! I'm so embarrassed.
You're so lucky we didn't get that in 1080 because
Put that
Oh
on my
my
TikTok. It's
God.
100,000 likes.
Oh, that's perfect. Can we delete that?
Are we
I
still-
really, I interrupted
still
both
rolling
of you at
on-
the same time about it too to do it. That's really pretty brutal.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's something.
That's good.
But yeah, I don't think there's anyone killing it whose kid.
Well, I think
is
it's like Jerry and Ben Stiller is like you only really know
Yeah.
like the famous ones.
There you
Like
go.
it's kind of those.
true.
Well, there are so many Nepa kids in like Hollywood. It's actually kind of sickening how many people are like you could trace back to be like, I didn't know Kate Hudson was
Yeah.
like Goldie Hawn and like
Mhm.
another dude's.
Well, someone was talking about that with sports too, where they're like, it's becoming a lot of Bronny James out there, where it's like, when we were growing up, the people that were getting to the NBA or whatever were so fucking good. Were these dudes that came from nothing, like a LeBron James or whoever, who were like poor and broke, and they just had this incredible grit and talent. And now it's like the sons of NBA stars who had all of the money in the world to get them the best trainers at like age 5 years old.
Yeah.
That are like the ones that are, it's like all their sons that are, it's like Carmelo Anthony's kid,
Yep.
LeBron James' kid.
Shaq's kid sucked.
Yeah.
He had a heart problem, but still he sucked.
Right, right.
Well, but I think that, and I hate to say that I hate because I do a lot of like hate looking up. If I see an actor that I think is awful, in my head I'm like, I'm gonna go on their Wikipedia. Either their parents are famous or their parents are rich. And 9 times out of 10, you go on there, you say dad was a producer
Yes.
or parents were both
Dude,
doctors. They can
there's
pay
this
for them to live in
guy.
New York.
There's this guy who's a DJ. His name's Zach Bia. He hangs out with Drake. Hangs out with everybody. I saw him open up for Post Malone. He just played top 40 hits on his laptop.
Insane.
And I was
Jesus
like,
Lord.
why is this guy famous? Why is he out hooking up with Kardashians? Why is he all like doing all this shit and
Yeah.
everything? I look up his 2 parents are like both like financiers in like Hollywood.
Yep,
I was
that's,
like,
that's always what it is. Any Wikipedia that if you see an actor you don't recognize, go on their Wikipedia. Somebody's rich or somebody's in the industry.
There actually is some of that in comedy too.
Oh, there's I mean, yeah, there's a ton,
Like, I
especially.
name names, but it's definitely a lot of people who's like, oh, you had the luxury of being able to not pay rent and living in New York City and getting after it there, where
Yeah.
it's like,
Julie Louise Dreyfus' his dad's like a billionaire.
legit billionaire.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And she, actually, I reached out. I saw a TikTok actually where she was
I've reached out to her a couple times. She hasn't answered.
she was talking about like what was her first purchase. I think she was on SNL. For a
Yeah,
little
she
bit.
was.
Yeah, it was like, what was your first purchase? And she was like a 3-bedroom apartment or something like that in New York City. And I was like, oh, on your SNL check? That,
Yeah.
like,
Which
Yeah, it's
to
like-
this day they don't even get paid
No.
much. So
they make like $100,000, and that's like New York $100,000.
yeah, exactly. Which like that does not afford you like a 1-bedroom in New York.
It really is. I mean, you look at like Nick Kroll. His dad is like a billionaire
Mhm.
defense contractor.
Huge.
John Mulaney's dad is the head of like one of the biggest law firms in the country. Like you start
Kreischer.
to really kind of go down the list, and it's
Yeah.
Kreischer, yeah, Tom Segura,
Tom Segura.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
His dad was like a huge finance executive,
Yeah.
and then they always tell you stories like, dude, during comedy, I had to grind it out. It's like
Yeah,
the
it was-
grind is not hitting an open mic 3 times a night while you don't have a day job. The way I look at it is like waking up at 5, sitting in a cubicle for 10 hours, getting home
Figuring out a time to write.
to write, and,
And
then,
then, like-
go into a shitty mic, and then
Yes.
waking up the next day. Like everybody, I went
That's
to
not
school.
talked about enough.
And it's and again, it's obviously none of us work hard. It's not an actual difficult thing, but that to me is more difficult. Like I went to school and I had friends that were like theater majors, and they're like, I'm just gonna go all in. Like I'm gonna move to New York with no plan. And I'm just gonna go after it. I'm like, that's not the plan. You'll
And
be
also-
home in 6 months.
Right. And also that is not the difficult part, to go after the thing that you absolutely love the most.
Right.
It's like sitting at a desk job that you absolutely fucking hate because you have to pay the fucking bills.
Yep.
Because you have no other option.
That's the real shitty part.
Mm-hmm.
But
Which, you know.
Yeah, my dad's never got me a job. Has your dad gotten you a job before?
No, he's dead.
Yeah, mine's too. Has your dad
Yeah.
ever gotten you a job, Matt?
no, I mean, I work at the same. I mean, yeah, it's not gonna. There's no way to. There's no way to explain around it.
That was too easy. That was
Yeah,
too easy.
me and
I'm
my
fucking
dad
with you.
both
I'm
work for
fucking
the
with you.
federal
I'm fucking with you.
government.
I'm fucking with you. I just wanted to see you squirm a little bit.
My dad had 3 jobs, dude. He was out of work for a long time. He worked for a family-owned insurance company when he was younger, and then he fucking left.
He got shot in the back outside a hotel
Yeah, no,
by a crazy.
he's not
person.
big enough as United Health Group, but he left like right during 2008 as like the economy fucking collapsed, and then like the economy collapses. He's out of work for like years because the only thing on his resume is like a family-owned.
Did he ever tell you why
like,
he left? He left. Leave.
It was just like
This guy writes for a living.
he like owned it with his brothers, and I think they just got to the point where they were just like, dude, like it's just like,
Oh, he was one of the owners. He's one of the top dogs.
yeah, it was a very small. It was in like Glassboro, New Jersey. Very very small company. Left, and he was out of work for years because he could not get a job.
Dude, the brothers didn't hire him back.
Well, I think it was just like pride and ego.
I love that.
Yeah.
The guy rather go through turmoil than
Yeah.
than
Such a guy move.
I
dude.
love
yeah.
him.
Dude. Yeah, and you got 3 fucking kids, by
Yeah.
the way. So it's like, hey, put your ego
That
aside.
is all time.
Yeah, it's
Hey, Dad,
good.
can we have dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Nope, sorry.
Nope, I can't call my brother.
I can't concede.
But then he got a different job, like doing insurance during the day. He would drive trucks at UPS at night, and then he worked as a security guard at NFL Films on the weekends.
Oh, let's go.
7 days a week, 2 jobs,
Yeah.
7 days. Never had a day off until the day he died.
Dude, did he meet so many cool guys at the NFL Films? Like, was he like talking like John Facenda and all those guys?
He would run into,
It had to be Jaworski.
I think he would run into Jaws sometimes.
Is he an Eagles fan?
Yeah.
Oh, he probably had his dick was probably so hard when he saw Jaws. I one time went to an Easter in a Jersey at one of the Jaws owned golf courses. Jaws comes in.
I saw him at
during
one
Easter,
of his golf courses before.
and you would have thought they saw God. The
Yeah.
dads,
Oh, really?
every dad lined up and went to go shake his hand.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy lost in the Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
like, if Donovan McNabb showed up, nobody would get up and
Yeah.
go shake his hand. If Carson Wentz came in, no one would shake his hand. But Jaws, dude, they loved Jaws.
I think he said he actually saw Shannon Sharp in there like randomly, like
Yeah.
a couple times, and said he was a really cool guy.
Yeah, my dad knew somebody who like worked security there or worked in there and stuff. And I got to sit behind while they taped some NFL film show and stuff. And it was cool shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys, if your dads, it feels like our dad's ages, like they tell you stories when they were a kid. It just sounds like decades of torture porn. Like it sounds like you can't believe what they're telling. Like my dad
They
would be
lie.
like, well, I don't know if they lie or if they do, they're incredibly
My
good
dad
at
lied.
it, dude.
My dad's friends
What do you
lied.
mean about what?
I mean, my dad would just be like, yeah, when I was 12 years old, I watched my father die on the couch and I would have went to the hospital, but I had to wake up at 4 a.m. to work on the trash truck. And it's like, no way, dude. What the fuck are you talking about?
My dad was one of 12 kids.
Yeah, exactly. That's my dad's big family, and they just tell you stories. Like, especially you get your dad like 3 or 4
Yeah.
drinks in, and he'll tell you something. You're like, oh my god.
My dad killed his grandmother.
What?
Yeah. My dad killed his grandmother. She had a pacemaker in, and he had to go down to the hospital and get the little magnet to stop the pacemaker. So he brought it home, wiped it over her heart. Dead.
Was she supposed to have the magnet go over her heart?
She told him to clean up his room, and he didn't get too happy about it. I was kidding. Nah, yeah, she was on her way out. She was taking up their couch, man. They were one of like 3 or 4.
Oh my god.
Like, I always thought you were dead serious. Like that he murdered.
Technically,
Are you not hearing the same story?
he stopped the pacemaker with the special magnet.
Oh, I thought you said that as bit. That is crazy.
What's the statute of limitations of her fathers killing their grandmothers?
Oh, he's dead too.
How did he die?
How did he die? It could be in a litany of things, maybe 15 different things. One organ could have went, another organ could have went,
Yeah.
could have had a heart attack, could have had an embolism, could have had. They wanted an autopsy, and we said, "What are we going to do? Give you $500 to just tell us what?"
That's what we did.
Yeah.
We're not sure if it's a heart attack or maybe a aneurysm.
Yeah, could've been
It was
anything.
also during COVID. And they go,
Oh,
we're not.
So he was a statistic. They made him a statistic. didn't
and
they?
they said we're not doing autopsies. We're too backed up.
Wow.
So we didn't even have the choice.
What
and
an
they took his
insane
fucking
thing to
wedding
say.
ring.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn.
They pawned it?
And they made $3,000 from the health
Well,
insurance.
we
off him.
said like, how do we get this back? Because we're like, and they were like, well, and they just never.
What?
There was some orderly that got a nice little rent payment from that.
Oh my God, some
Motherfucker.
Jamaican nurse made out like a bandit. We got a big ring from the white man dead.
What are you, Livia Soprano? Just blaming the
You're not gonna believe this.
Oh shit!
The pawn star's like, yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna get my expert on stealing rings from dead fathers.
Yeah, we have a ring from an uninsured.
They have a no Jamaican ring policy.
They just bring in Chumley to breathe out of his nose.
Yeah,
That's actually unbelievable. All right, my dad's story was not quite as good as your guys'. That was unreal.
dude, we win. We win.
Well, I got to go pee real quick.
Oh my god. Well, hey, Brent. Thanks for coming on. We
You're the
appreciate
freaking
it.
man.
Thank you for having me.
Where can people find you?
Brendan Donegan Comedy on Instagram. Guys, here's the thing. I have a website now. It's called BrendanDonegan.com. Do I have some headlining dates on there? Maybe. You'll have to check it out and see.
Master promoter.
Master promoter. Matt Peoples might be on some of them.
Yeah.
We'll see if he's nice to me.
And by the way, Brendan is hilarious, man. He's great. You're gonna want to go see
That's what
him.
people are saying. He means that authentically. BrendanDonegan.com. Oh, one thing I do want to plug is the Re-Up Comedy Show, December 27th. It's in Haddon Township, New Jersey. Kyle said he's personally going to be there.
Yep.
And then, South Jersey Bad Boys, my podcast. Thank you.
Cool.
Beautiful.